Let me finish tonight with the tricky matter of Joe Biden. Without any reference, explicit or otherwise, to the declared candidates, let me say something useful. If he wants to run, he should. The reasons are buried not in the country, but in him, in the man Joe Biden is. I remember way back when he ran for the United States Senate. It was in 1972. I remember seeing the giant billboard of Joe Biden on the way to Rehoboth Beach, where I was sharing a summer place with some other people. I remember passing that billboard, looking up at this young guy and thinking, this fella doesn't have a chance. He's wasting our time. The Republican incumbent, a veteran who'd been both congressman and governor before and had won re-election before to the U.S. Senate, was not going to get beaten by some Democrat I'd never heard of. He certainly wasn't going to get beat in 1972, the year George McGovern was going to get killed in the Nixon landslide. Of this, I was certain. Well, a month or so before the election, I began to get word from a pollster friend of mine about the Biden campaign, how he was really doing something, how he may pull the upset of the year. Well, he did. He beat the unbeatable incumbent. Not only that, but he did it cleanly with no hard feelings. The day after the election, the two of them, winner and the loser, Biden, the guy he beat, followed Delaware tradition and traveled around the state together. As I said, no hard feelings. Joe, and this isn't hard to figure given how it all started, may have decided, elected to the Senate at 29 and the tragedy of his family that came so quickly, that his life lay in hands greater than his own. He may have decided that he should leave himself in those hands. Well, he ran for president a couple times, ended up being selected and then elected vice president. And he never hurt anyone, by the way. All the hazard he's walked into along the way, he's also walked right out of. He's made goofy statements. He's bragged totally over the top. He's been caught reading someone else's biography, a Brit's biography at that. And yet I've noticed something. He's never hurt anybody with any of this. Why? Because Joe Biden's a good guy. He may be too game and have ambitions that he's had trouble catching up with. But one thing he's not a guy who believes the ends justifies the means. He's not someone who goes out to win by hurting other people. His gaffes, if they've had any lasting impact, have done their damage only to him. So I say, Joe, if you feel you've got it in you, if you'll die not having given it one more college try, go for it. The Democratic Party can surely stand it. The country may get something good out of it. It may even, though it's a long shot, get you.